My proposal is to show that the Mediterranean Bridge is much more than a physical connection. It's something which is related to our history. And not only the history of the western side, but also the east side, because Marco Polo, I mean, Silk Road is just a connection. But how was this Mediterranean? I took some of the maps, and including Greece, you see, that's very nice. You see different line, but Italy, sorry, was very, this is the Venetian map. I like so much these maps because at that time there was no topographic survey, no GPS, and the people were really coming with their brain, with their heart to do things, and not only with the computer. And these are the corridors. Is a laser? Is a laser? Sorry. No, but okay. Different corridors, you see, but it is evident that something is missing. Why this is missing? Because Europe think Europe is alone. I mean, Africa, Asia, and the southern part of the Mediterranean doesn't simply exist. It's a colony. Even now, with the mentality of a lot of politicians, although they say something different, we've seen for the Libyan war what happened. Somebody decided that it was time to go against Gaddafi. Okay, now we see the result. I'm not in favor of Gaddafi, of course, but this way of dealing with is very, very stupid, to my opinion. Though the need to connect this is something more than a place. I mean, but connection of different continents is just around. Bosphorus, Suez, Gibraltar. The R is missed because of the program, and the original was R. Anyway, then we go to MESSINA Bridge, which has been destroyed by politicians, not by technicians. And then the Tune-It, I call it Tune-It, Tunisia and Italy, and Tune-It means something more than that, of course. Let us see how is Istanbul. Istanbul, you have first Bosphorus Bridge, the second Bosphorus Bridge, and the third Bosphorus Bridge, which is now under construction. You know, in 1 year and a half, it will be finished. And then you have this marvelous part, which is named the Golden Horn. I would say maybe Golden Heart. This is the third bridge of Bosphorus. I mean, made by Italian, Turkish companies. It means, again, that when your contractor make themselves together, this means a cooperation, not only for the profit. It's totally financial by private situation. And this is just 1 year and a half work, no more than that. And in 1 year and a half, they will be finished. Again, some other. I show this because you see the pylon and this color. The color is fantastic. Color and lighting belong to the human being. This is, again, I go somewhere to show even this situation. This is the second Bosphorus Bridge. And the ship here, you see, during the night, this is lighted. It's a dream. It's a dream because you connect one continent with the other with a human activity. Again, another view. This is the first one. Again, even the Euros has the bridges, of course, but finding this, it seems to me very interesting. I go a little bit to the Golden Horn, as I told you, Golden Heart, golden line. You have the Marmaray and the Raja Tunnel, 2 more connections. It may be 5 connections altogether, but Leonardo Bridge, this Leonardo da Vinci made a bridge idea at that time for the Sultan. Haliç Bridge is the recent bridge made here. This is the Leonardo Bridge, you see, and this is the idea. It's very nice to read it. I have no time, unfortunately, because 20, maybe maximum 25% with the, I mean, the coefficient of safety, as I am an engineer, you know, therefore I am. But look at that. 240 meters span with the, At that time, the most important bridge was no more than 45 or 50 meters span. So the dream, the flying with the mind of Leonardo. And why is it going? Stopped. Can you help me? It goes? Okay. This is the Golden Horn. A new bridge is finished just February with this year, it has been. And I was dealt with this bridge because these, you see, these elements, they were in contrast with the minaret. And so, I may say, UNESCO said, if you build this bridge, then we cancel. It happened in Germany, as you know. But and I was a leader of a group of people, and we tried to get a solution for that, because modernity is not necessarily that they fight with the past. And we have to interpret our presence. This is Istanbul. Why I show so much Istanbul? Because in Istanbul you have the concentration of the maximum mixing cultures. You meet the people, and maybe you don't know. You can see a poor person, maybe he is a millionaire. You see a nice person, maybe it's not so much. But Islamic, Christian, and other things. And I come back to Suez Canal. It's here. Another connection between Africa and Asia. Suez Canal was made some years ago, I would say, to connect South and North. This is Google. I like very much Google. Google let you fly and understand what you see, what you want. I like also the old pictures, you see. This is the old situation. Now you know that the Suez Canal is a double. But it's very interesting because the connection has been made later on. I mean, it was connected, it was cut, and then connected again with a nice bridge. Sorry. It's a cable-stayed bridge. Not so important from an engineering point of view, but from psychological point of view, tremendous. It's fantastic because you can cross. You can even look the ships from the bridge. If you remember where we were very young with the short horse, we stayed and see the things moving on the water. The bridge has also this meaning: connecting, looking, feeling, dressing a bridge. That's another point. I go ahead because Gibraltar is very important. These are some of the dreams. I don't go too much in detail, but in the future, we have to be. Maybe it will be a tunnel, I don't know. No difference. I prefer bridges because I'm a bridge designer. I bridges to the architects. I'm so crazy that I try my students to design bridges, but they are very good. They win a prize every year, my thesis. And I have also an exhibition of my work and the work of my students. And I must confess, my students are much better than me. I can also add that I got much more from my student than from my colleague. You know, the professor. The difference between a university professor and a normal person? There is no one, but the university professor doesn't know it. I am university professor since 42 years, therefore I can say this. Of course, my colleague doesn't laugh. I don't know why. I'm talking about the Messina Bridge. The Messina Bridge is one of the things that I consider one of the most stupid things that Italy has made, together with some other. But, sorry, we cannot say against something only for ideological situation. The bridge is connecting. This bridge, unfortunately, is cutting, to my opinion, for stupid people and normal people, not in clever people, but no problem. They cancel by law what has been already made by contract. And I dealt with this bridge. I mean, this is just to show how it is, how it can be transformed. This is, it was a world record, 3.3 kilometers, one single span. Everything was settled. a lot of engineers, the most important scientists all over the world, that there are still people that say it's impossible to build it. Because, why? Because they read the newspaper, and the newspaper only bloody things, only the truth is not considered in the newspaper. Sorry for the journalist. I go. You see, I am an engineer, but after 40 years of architecture, I've been a transgenic engineer. And 5 years ago, they gave me also a title on living architecture. And I've lost 50% of my friends engineer. I didn't gain any one architect, because for an architect, being engineer is just a very difficult situation. No problem. I go ahead. Maybe I'm losing a lot of time, but maybe, sorry. You see, you know, it's in Italian, but what is not said here is that these pictures are 55 years ago. We are talking about Messina Bridge since half a century, even more. And this is the first. You see the date? This is a thesis, I mean, a tunnel. This is a so-called Homeric bridge. Homer is very important for the Mediterranean, not only from Iliad and Ulysses and so on. I go. This is very important. Someone was my rector in my university 50 years ago. You see, they say the dates. No problem. What he said, Messina and Reggio Calabria. I let you know that the bridge can be something more than a connection between one part to the other. It's connecting people, connecting culture, connecting hearts, connecting what you mean, the most important thing, talking, friendship, love. The best bridge is between a man and a woman because it produces life. Do you think about that? And pleasure. I go. It's very complicated, but very exciting, not only for an engineer, of course. I go ahead. This is very complicated. You may understand. 3.3 kilometers. It's a dream. It's Icarus. Icarus in a different way, of course. Aerodynamic thing, see, like a wing. Yeah, wings for the flying, for the birds. I go. Again. Then the lighting, how it is. I go, and this is also the tentative to do something more than ugly things like this. We are in Italy. We are in Italy. It means Europe, it means world. Not because of Italy. But we have Ferrari. But we have Michelangelo. We have Leonardo. We have the Romans. We've got the Magna Grecia. So our history is a centroid, cultural centroid of the Mediterranean culture. I go very fast. We dealt with the color, you see, even that the detail. Changing the color. Or the light. It's a dream. It's something that is not only a technical feature. It should mainly something more than that. And then I come with my crazy idea to put a skyscraper on the towers with wind energy to get. This is the solution, proposal. Maybe it can be. It's also economically convenient, but what is important is you have the sun. Is that side, it's coming or going down, the sun, no problem. This means that when you decide to cross a bridge, it means that you want to go on the other side, to look for something else, to know new people, and maybe you find that the other people is yourself in a different way. This is what is most important. And then I come to my real talk. Till now I was joking. Sorry, it was so nice. Tune it that I let E instead of end. End is in Italy. So I see the main corridor, but immediately you need to connect this. It's something not only physical, you feel it is important to do this. It will cost a lot of money. Okay, could be. But let's see again Google, then you see the cutting, I mean, the frontiers, when they are cut, it means the war, sure, sooner or later, because it's false, it's wrong, it has been pushed in not adequate way. And this is the most important thing. Double arrows from north to south and from south to north. Now, sorry, unfortunately, unfortunately, this cost a lot of life. We cannot accept the thousand people that try to spend with 2,000–3,000 euros to lose their life. This is unbelievable. So what I feel much more important is that this is interaction. This is a unique culture. Mediterranean region is this. It's a kind of virtual Silk Road, if you want. It's a Mediterranean road. And then, how? To put 4 islands, artificial islands. INEA, our very important research organization, prepared 10 years ago a study for that, to connect with a tunnel. And this is the profile, this is the tunnel. When I saw this study and I saw these 4 artificial islands, I say, why not changing the polarity? Instead of the tunnel, put just the bridge. Of course, it's a crazy bridge, but not so much. Anyway, you understood that I am a crazy person and very difficult. Forget about me, please. Some engineering things, just to remember sometime to myself that I'm an engineer. Otherwise, I try to, but also the architects, they propose something very unbelievable, a kind of straight town. I mean, something that only the Chinese could do, not us, of course, because we have not the money even to eat at the moment in Italy. Le chômage, I mean, the unemployed. But I put, because sometimes you look and some people that are crazy, even more than me, you find, not very easy anyway. Again, I come with the Google map, and then this is the place. Somebody say, why you don't go there? Because it's difficult to do this. It's much better to do this. This is the intensity of the traffic. Of course, there's so much traffic only in this part. You have to get span very important. So I decided to have 3,000 meter, I mean, a little bit less than Messina. I put the Messina bridge and I double 50 times, and so on, or if I change, and this is the result. We just put here. It could be, this is no problem. Here we are thinking also to a floating foundation pylons. So we have to dream for the future in 20, 30 years, so one generation. But our politicians, unfortunately, their horizon is just a few years, the time for new elections. We cannot expect anything from people that have this horizon. The past is the past. I hope with this Schiller Institute that we can change the mentality. As I was invited by Claudio Celani, and I would like to thank him for this. Sometimes I consider myself a showman, but no problem. But as you see, I am an old person, although it seems I am young, almost 70 years, but you see, my heart is like a young. There are people that, as soon as they are born, they are old. Not me. Not because I tell you why. Sorry. You see, I made something like 10,000 examinations. I made 750 theses, master theses, and 30 PhD theses. So my relationship with the students is something that it's a very emotion. And anytime I find a student, even after 20 or 30 years, they tell me something very nice. And this is the best way of living. Then some detail. how could be this island, and not, of course, only a pylon on the Arctic. Something more. I expect something that could be organized in a self-evident situation with the energy and other things. And I come back. This could be the bridge, and I add again this, because I think that in any part of the island you can get this, what you can put inside, whatever you want, even living, maybe not so much, because this is for around 400 meters, and the movement, elastic movement for the wind is not so much. But if you like to be like this, then it's okay. You accept. You should know this. And this is the finish of my presentation. I would tell you one thing. This picture has been taken by one of my co-workers, one of my former students. He's working with me. This is the Mosque of Suleiman the Magnificent. And the architect's name is Sinan. At that time, Sinan died more or less 95 years old. So I understood that when you are architect, your life increases. Therefore, when they gave me the honor degree in architecture, they add 15 years to my life. So I think I can live till 100 years, if I can, in this way, with people that share with me the dreams to be part of a common system which has the mankind, the humanity, and the history for the future. Thank you very much indeed.